When we picture the rulers of the Mesozoic, our minds conjure images of pure, unadulterated power. But nature doesn't always engineer monsters. Sometimes evolution decides to build something so profoundly bizarre, it borders on the comical. Deep beneath these golden dunes, paleontologists were searching for ancient titans. What they found instead was a biological vacuum cleaner. They didn't uncover bone-crushing jaws. They didn't find terrifying horns. They unearthed a skull so exceptionally flat and wide, it defied all conventional logic. A creature armed not with giant fangs, but with a constantly regenerating battery of over 500 tiny, needle-like teeth. Prepare to meet the weirdest grazer of the ancient world. Welcome to the Lost Eon. When we think of the long-necked giant of the dinosaur kingdom, we imagine majestic titans like Brachiosaurus, towering over the forest canopy, reaching for the highest leaves. But Nigersaurus was an entirely different kind of engineering. If Brachiosaurus was evolution's attempt at a giraffe, Nigersaurus was its attempt at a lawnmower. Let's strip away the flesh and look at its anatomy. Unlike its famous cousins, Nigersaurus physically could not lift its head high. Its neck vertebrae were designed to point strictly downward. It was permanently grounded, forever staring at the dirt. But the true absurdity lies at the front of its skull. The bones of its face were extremely delicate, almost translucent, and instead of a pointed snout, the jaws flared out sideways, creating a perfectly straight, wide edge. It was a literal biological vacuum attachment, scraping the forest floor. But a vacuum needs a brush, and Nigersaurus had the most extreme dental plan in history. To understand how this biological vacuum worked, we have to look inside the mouth, and what we find there is nothing short of a mechanical marvel. Packed tightly along that perfectly straight jawline with a battery of over 500 tiny needle-sharp teeth. But these teeth weren't meant to last. Grazing so close to the abrasive dirt wore them down rapidly. So, evolution gave Nigersaurus a conveyor belt of teeth. Behind every visible tooth, up to 9 replacements lay stacked in wait. Every 14 days, a new tooth would seamlessly rotate into place. It was a constant, relentless cycle of wear and replacement. With this system, Nigersaurus didn't chew. It merely pressed its wide mouth against the low-lying ferns and sheared them off completely. It was a masterpiece of natural engineering, a machine built for one sole purpose: strip mining the ancient world for fuel. Look at the Sahara Desert today. It is an ocean of sand, unforgiving and completely barren. But 110 million years ago, during the early Cretaceous, this exact spot was an entirely different world. It was a lush paradise, interwoven with massive river systems and endless floodplains covered in soft, low-lying vegetation. This was the perfect fuel for our biological machine. Nigersaurus wasn't built to run fast. It wasn't built to fight off massive predators. It was built for one thing only: endless, methodical consumption. Like a fleet of giant prehistoric lawnmowers, herds of Nigersaurus roamed these riverbanks. Their heads remained permanently bowed, vacuuming up ferns and horsetails, leaving a trail of neatly trimmed vegetation in their wake. In a world filled with towering giants reaching for the treetops, Nigersaurus found perfection by simply keeping its head down. Nigersaurus may not be the terrifying predator of our nightmares, nor the majestic titan we expect from the dinosaur kingdom, but it stands as the ultimate proof that nature doesn't care about our expectations. It only cares about survival. And sometimes, survival requires the most profoundly absurd solutions imaginable. These are the creatures that history left behind. The strange, the bizarre, the magnificent experiments of evolution. And their stories deserve to be told. Thank you for journeying with us into the forgotten era. If you want to uncover more of the most awe-inspiring prehistoric creatures, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, keep digging into the past. Welcome to the Lost Eon.